What is up, everybody? To Reverse TV today. So we're gonna talk about publisher being called out, NIS America, and how they are saying, "Hey, we're advertising our games, our newest RPG games, for all platforms in big, bold, all cap letters." And usually, when you see a thing in all caps, that means that somebody is yelling at you. So they made sure they want to get your attention to come to all platforms. But the platforms you see are PS4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Xbox is missing. So this is obviously this is on all platforms. Then a guy calls him out. He's a journalist. Jez. He says Xbox is chopped liver over here. Says NIS America. So why are they neglecting Xbox? It's pretty ridiculous. It's like this is whole notion that Xbox guys don't support Japanese games. When people are trying to change that narrative, like there's even a movement on social media where it says support JRPGs and Japanese games on Xbox. Like the guy just bought Scarlet Nexus. People just bought Near Replicant and Judgment. And people are showing their love for Japanese games on Xbox because they want to change that narrative since like the 360 days that people on Xbox only play like shooter like FPS or third person shooters on Xbox. They want to change that narrative. It's like and I know the Xbox teams, Phil Spencer and Xbox teams are trying to make it so that more Japanese games get to be on Xbox platforms. People can buy it, especially with the whole Yakuza series being on Game Pass. You got games like Dragon Quest 11, Dragon Quest Builders. A lot of games that wouldn't be on Xbox previously, which was excluded from Xbox, will be on Xbox now. So yeah, a lot of people want these Japanese games on Xbox. And don't forget, the Xbox even had like one of the greatest games like he has right in his picture. Lost Odyssey, which was a fantastic game during the 360 generation, which was an exclusive to Xbox actually. Very similar to the Final Fantasy games. It's like Primal also is great. It's probably one of the top Final Fantasy games. It's probably up there with that type of style. So yeah, it's like what's the NIS America doing? They get called out, which rightfully so. It's like why are you not releasing your games on Xbox? And it's not like it's like an exclusivity thing with Sony because you said some Nintendo is going to PC as well. Why are they just not collecting Xbox? It's just weird. Because I think they released like a few new games. They're announcing a few new games, but they're all skipping Xbox platform. So this guy says, "You Xbox guys don't buy these type of games. Just be honest. Bit hard too when the opportunity isn't there. Self-fulfilling prophecy in these situations. Don't think it'll sell, so don't make it available, so it continues to be not seen as worthwhile investment. Endlessly perpetuates that narrative. It's like, yeah, how can Xbox guys buy games and be proven by these games if they don't even put on the platform to begin with? So it's like you can't really say that's a narrative if they don't put on the platform to begin with. I am angry and sad at the same time. NIS America and Nihon Falcom should give Xbox gamers a chance, man. At least bring popular Falcom titles like Ys and Trails of Cold Steel. Yeah, at least bring the popular ones like this. I agree with this. At least bring the popular ones. At least start off with digital first. It's like you don't gotta do a whole physical release. Just do digital at first. It's like how hard can it be like to transfer the map the buttons be Xbox buttons and put achievements in it? It can't be that difficult to just do that. So let's see. For real, Stadia has an Ease 8 port, but Xbox doesn't. How does Stadia drop a bag, but Xbox didn't? Software houses are just losing interest in Xbox, accept the facts. It's one thing to ignore us on Xbox, but to add the coming 2023 to all platforms, while literally not doing so, is the insult to injury. Shaking my head. Yeah, like how they literally, let's look at that once again. It literally says to all platforms in bold letters, all caps. But it's not coming to Xbox though, so it's not all platforms. That's just like, what are you doing? It's not all platforms. It's one thing to announce on Xbox, but to add coming 20. Okay, I read that one. I have no interest in these type of games, so not lost for me. I get Xbox wants more of these Japanese market and all that, but I could personally care less. And that's totally fine that these things aren't your preference in genre, but more variety to the Xbox ecosystem is a positive thing. So I think you want that if you're a fan of the platform, even if the games aren't your thing. Are we aware now there's a Japanese publisher issue and less so an Xbox issue? Microsoft should need to drop banks so Japanese does for them to develop games for the Xbox platform, for Christ's sake. The Xbox and PC are almost the same architectures. Every time I see this, I wonder if Sony paid to keep it off Xbox or the publisher feels there are so few Xbox people who would buy it that it isn't worth the cost of development. People thought PlayStation paid to keep it off and just didn't bother making an Xbox port because JRPGs don't sell well on the platform. To all platforms where the series has been on, I presume. Anyway, there are like 10 other games in the series. Xbox doesn't have any, and they are all connected. Ys Origin is on Xbox. I got it day one. Okay. And this is also the reason why whenever any Japanese game drops on Xbox a year later, no one buys it because everyone who could have been interested played it somewhere else or forgot about it. But according to the devs, this Xbox game's fault for not buying something twice. It's kind of ridiculous. It's like a higher standard for Xbox gamers. It's kind of ridiculous. Not a fan of Japanese games for the most part, so these things have impact on me. But I'm assuming these are games a lot of people want on Xbox. JRPGs have a cult following. Japanese players want to play JRPGs. They don't really care for games we like here in the West. Xbox want to grow in Japan, but can't scale JRPGs. That's an issue. 2023 is still supporting PS4. That's sad. These games are already out on the PS4 in Japan and PS Vita, PS5 backwards compatibility. So they're still supporting the Vita, but not Xbox. Like, what's going on here? I was going to say this. Was hoping some of you would notice it, but they are not just freaking Xbox these days. Mobile is just as important. Can't claim all platforms and ignore Android/iPhone. It's fun if they ignore Macs though. Okay. There are a large group of us that are pinning for more games like this on the Xbox platform. Shame to see this. Buy these games though on PlayStation or cry. I mean, it's like I don't think they put these games on Xbox anytime soon, which is sad. But you're gonna have to buy another platform, either buy a Switch or a PlayStation, it seems like, or PC, because they are just. I don't know why they're not putting these on Xbox. So it's the main reason we can't find, never will find any of the trails and Yi series on Xbox due to the games being rejected. At Phil Spencer, that's his account, I believe, his Twitter account. I know that you are very busy, man, but can't the fans of both series get a response? You think this is a mistake? I hope to see some clarification soon. No, it's not. For them, coming to all platforms means a simultaneous release instead of staggering them from each platform. It's still kind of ridiculous. The Trails games are finally picking up steam and not releasing anywhere is a miss. Yeah, these are other games they're releasing too. So they're releasing Trails from Zero. What's the other one? Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure. That was another game as well. Legend of Natuya Balanced Trails. Yeah, so if you're into Japanese games, you want to play JRPGs, that's a lot of games they're just not releasing to Xbox platforms. They would arrive on Game Pass in due course. Not going to happen if they don't publish it on Xbox consoles to begin with. Not all games go to Xbox Game Pass anyways. It is truly a shame, man. I hope their anniversary celebration will talk about some Xbox ports. Nihon Falcon makes some incredible titles I love to have on Xbox. Yes, can't wait for it on my Vita. That is crazy. The Vita is still being supported in 2021. That's insane. NIS America forgets Xbox. Sad Pikachu picture. NIS America truly pisses me off with this. NIS America needs to sort out the marketing out ASAP to all platforms apart from Xbox. Borderline disrespect to say the least. It's a joke to be honest. They're literally going to ignore millions of potential customers. And it's evident Xbox on a rebound this gen. They only hurting themselves. I hear Xbox sales in Japan this year went up a lot too. Yeah, I heard that story too. The Xbox sales went up a lot in Japan as well, but I don't know why. It's like I don't understand it. If I was a game publisher, if I'm putting my game on all platforms, I don't know why would you want to neglect the Xbox? It's like one of the biggest platforms. I don't understand why they would neglect it. Yeah, gonna buy them on PC, but wish some of these publishers would change. Would love to play Mana on the box, but no option. Yeah, you didn't give you the option to even do so. Like that's the crazy thing about it. Like they didn't give you the option. And I've heard of the series, so don't feel any kind of way. I guess any kind of any kind of way. I don't know if I should laugh, cry, or both. Damn it! It's the Series S is doing well in Japan, as I heard maybe this week start to change. This is why I don't bother with their games. Trash. Just remember Level 5 almost disappeared for its overconfidence on Sony. Level 5 sounds familiar. Like, what games did they make? That company sounds super familiar. I forgot what games they made. I'm pretty sure it's a few games I like from that company. I'm drawing a blank right now on the games they made. While this actually pisses me off a lot, I wonder why Switch and eShop are different platforms though. For some reason, I just don't know the Xbox exists. More like trails into shade. Ouch, baby, very ouch. So is it coming to Game Boy Advance too? They might as well put on Game Boy Advance. It's just ridiculous. They supporting the Vita out there. Like the Vita has been dead a long time. Well, here in America it's been dead. I don't know why it is in Japan, but Looks dead anyway. Shocking eye roll emoji. I mean, this would sell 2 copies on the Xbox. Yeah, apparently we don't exist. False advertisement in NIS America. You know Japanese devs are actively in PlayStation's corner. Who cares about this game anyway? Uh, Xbox Series and Xbox are both trending. Yep, doesn't matter. Disregard all that. Like, it's crazy why they just ignore Xbox like that. That's NIS for you. They never gave a single F about Xbox. I'm just happy that more and more Japanese companies do instead of them. Xbox isn't a platform for fans of Japanese games. That's how it's always be, which is why I own a PlayStation as well, since I love my JRPGs. Except there are JRPGs on Xbox and more to come. Scarlet Nexus just released, and that's a JRPG. This is crazy as hell. NIS being S heads, lol. Obviously, they are quite dumb and don't understand what all platforms means, especially a major one like Microsoft. I know someone like this, but F them. Tired of begging for your games on my favorite platform, and you just don't care because you think we aren't worth it and worth the time. Go F yourself. This dude is pissed. I'll be rightfully so too. Like, it's like why they keep skipping Xbox? It's kind of annoying. Same with Atlas. It's like Atlas. Why does Atlas not have a Persona? Why is Persona 5 Royal not on Xbox? Or why is Persona 5 Strikers on Xbox? It's not an exclusivity thing because the Persona 5 Strikers is on Switch. So I don't know why these Japanese companies keep skipping Xbox. Like, what's the deal with that? I don't know. So I'm gonna conclude the video right here. I don't want to be too long with it, but definitely see your thoughts down below if you are a fan of JRPGs, and maybe you don't care about JRPGs at all. Let me know your thoughts down below about this topic. Leave a like if you like this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.